STN Channel 2 News, we look into a unique restaurant night held in the Commons this past week.
And we bring you coverage on a new dining option offered in Gingras and what students can expect.
Then, Groundhog Day recently passed. Find out if Chuckles the 8th saw his shadow or not, right now on STN Channel 2. Thank you for tuning in to STN Channel 2 News. I'm Matthew Vega.
And I'm Jabari Walker.
To start today's episode off, we toss it over to Ayana Dillahunt, live in the studio with information on a special restaurant night held this past week.
Thank you, guys. A brand new event at U-Heart Restaurant Night took place this week at Commons, where you enjoy a prefix meal prepared by the chefs. This Wednesday was the first restaurant night at U-Heart. It took place in a private dining room that was decked out in restaurant decor and provided high-quality restaurant service. 2 seatings were available, one at 5 p.m. and another at 7 p.m. to accommodate most students' schedules.
It starts with an appetizer, then it goes to a main course, and then dessert. And then we're actually doing specialty coffee service with truffles and different things, chocolate truffles at the end. So again, really kind of soup to nuts. It's from beginning to end.
Your host will show you to your seats and your server will take your order at your table. The only cost of the meal will be 1 meal plan swipe.
It's very good.
And the service?
Also very good.
Would you come here again?
Absolutely.
All right, cool.
And it might be for someone that doesn't really typically get a fine dining experience all the time.
Restaurant night was sold out relatively quickly this year. The only way to purchase tickets for this event would be online. Within about a week, it was sold out, but this will not be the last you will see of restaurant night.
Yep, we're going to be doing it the first week in March as well. What we're going to try to do is either pick a theme. So, for instance, we may do Mexican food, or we may do like a fusion night or something like that. So we're going to be picking that pretty much, and we're going to see how it goes the first one.
Students who attended restaurant night took a survey to give feedback on the service and things they would like to try for the next restaurant night coming up in March. Live in the studio, I'm Ayana Dillahunt. Back to you guys.
Connecticut's own Groundhog Chuckles the 8th made her yearly weather forecast this past Groundhog Day at the Lutz Museum in Manchester. With winter seeming like it might have been over before it even begins, Chuckles did in fact coincide with Pennsylvania's own Punxsutawney Phil, but not seeing her shadow and predicting an early spring. Her reputation does precede her, as Chuckles made a long winter prediction a couple years ago, just days before a February blizzard had arrived.
In the Jangers Cafe this past week, Aramark presented its new dining option known as Smoked. Smoked is part of the grill station and is offered from Tuesday to Thursday. Food is offered for as long as supplies last. Smoked is a collaboration of many different workers from Aramark from all over campus and utilizes new equipment built in Commons after its renovation during the summer 2014. The menu will usually offer 3 types of smoked food and 3 types of sides, all of which can be comboed together, and their plan is to change it up every week if possible.
We have a lot of plans to different meats, different sides, anywhere from like, we have bacon ranch pasta salad. We're gonna smoke blue cheese. Hopefully we'll get to the point where maybe we'll smoke a fish, you know, a nice smoked salmon, something a little different out there, smoked turkey legs that you would find at the Big E. You know, there's a lot of things you can smoke, and we're gonna try and do it all.
Aramark also wants students' feedback and their thoughts on the food prepared at Smoked. They're looking for both good and bad in hopes to find out what they need to improve upon in the future. To tell them what you think, you can find cards located by the station or by cash register or by visiting yourdiningvoice.com.
So, Matt, I opened my window this morning and I saw snow.
Really?
Very unexpected. So, Nick, will we expect more?
Sadly, we might. But anyway, thanks guys. After today's weather, people are stuck wondering if we'll have an early spring or a longer winter ahead of us. Stay tuned to 2 to find out.
Coming up now. February is Black History Month, so we'll take a look at the school's plans for this month.
Also, we're bringing you the details on a very important speaker that came to campus to speak to the Audio Engineering Society.
And the Hartford Art School's annual print club is coming up. Find out when it is, all that and more after the break.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know. Come alive with the forest. The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
And now, your STN2 weather forecast.
Welcome to the Weather Desk. It seems as if winter is sticking around regardless of what Chuckles the Groundhog said. But before we take a look at the forecast, let's take a look at the weather outside today with Winter Storm Lexi. Now, as you can see, it was pretty cold, it was chilly, snow poured down, absolutely poured. The roads were completely and utterly filled. People had to scrape tons of snow off their cars. Classes still went, however, and the roads are starting to clear up, but it was definitely very, very rough today. Now, as you can see for our precipitation forecast here today, all the way there in New Hampshire and Maine, it's going to be pretty bad with up to 23 inches of snow. However, over here in Connecticut, we'll only be spared about 6 inches of snow. So hopefully, it will stay at 6 inches. Now, on our next map here, for tomorrow, or for tonight, we have a chilly 21, sadly. But if you go on our next map here, it's going to get better. Tomorrow, we're going to have a nice 42. It's supposed to be a nice sunny day. And on Sunday, it's also supposed to be a nice, pretty nice sunny day too. Speaking of sunny days, let's look at our forecast. As you can see here, it is not what we would like here. You can see that I'm screwing up. It will be getting colder and colder and colder until it eventually will hopefully get warmer again.
All right, well, thanks, Nick. You know, we got snow today, and then we got snow coming Monday. I just don't know what to expect anymore.
Yeah, we've had a very weird winter.
Yeah,
this recently. It's been sunny, cold, sunny, cold. Hopefully we can stick with one.
Yeah. All right, thanks a lot, Nick.
Thanks, Nick. And for those of you out there, send us pictures of what's going on outside using the hashtag STN2Snow on our Twitter. A committee came together to make a list of events that students can attend to celebrate Black History Month. STN2 reporter Chris DeGray went to find out more.
I felt that being in the position I am, that we just at least got to try it and see how well we can introduce just difference to the community, and hoping that students will buy into it and come out and support the programs.
There are several different events going on in the month of February, including Thursday, February 4th, Comparison Movie Night in Conover, which featured a discussion about the differences in race relations at Do the Right Thing versus Fruitvale Station. Additionally, there are upcoming events throughout the month called the Audacity of Hope spoken word competitions.
Well, it's just giving people the opportunity to speak their mind regarding the spoken word. So that's an art form in itself.
People who place first, second, or third in the competition will receive a monetary prize.
You learn outside the classroom too. It's just not coming to campus and just go to class. You learn outside the classroom as well.
32% of the people at the University of Hartford are people of color, and this kind of diversity should be celebrated.
And so, you know, I'm not trying to pinpoint Black history, and it's trying to pinpoint history and let people know that they have a lot of differences on campus, and what can we do to celebrate that.
Students just need to come out and support the programs and celebrate the culture of our university. Krista Gray, STN, Channel 2 News.
For a complete list of the events happening during Black History Month, go to our website at www.stn2.tv.
The Hartford Art School's Print Club is holding their annual print sale from February 12th to the 16th in the Sipe Gallery, with the reception on February 13th from 5 to 7 p.m. Students and faculty will be selling many different art pieces that they created, ranging from Valentine's to books. Additionally, there will be a silent auction and a drawing to try to win a portfolio featuring prints from faculty in the 2016 senior class. This past Monday, the Audio Engineering Society President John Crivet came to the University of Hartford to give an informative lecture on getting a career in audio. Crivet has noticed how much audio means to most individuals.
What I've learned from being the president of the Audio Engineering Society is that the world is full of people that love audio, that go crazy for audio, that go, a light turns on when they see a microphone or a mixing console, that they are inspired by signal flow and problem solving, I am always so happy to talk with those people because they're just like me.
With this much love for audio, a career in audio is the next step.
I've taught audio for 20 years, and I've always felt a great responsibility to let them know as much about the economy of audio production as possible, that there are so many different outcomes, and so pretty much every student comes in wanting to own their own recording studio and record music.
Crivet wants all those interested in pursuing a career in audio to know that you can go anywhere if you put your mind to it.
Students are getting involved in audio for television sports at places like ESPN and HBO and Fox Sports.
For more information on President John Crivet and the Audio Engineering Society, visit www.aes.org, or if you would like to email John Crivet, email him at john.crivet@aes.org.
After the break, we have information on a new virus that could affect all of America over the course of the year.
And a man with an interesting name was arrested recently. Find out who it is and what he did.
And if you have ever been interested in the world of television, STN is a great way to check it out. Stop by our office in Jangers Room 120G and try it out. We'll be right back.
Shelter Pets make super pets. Your new best friend will steal your heart, bring you happiness, and enrich your life for years to come. You can make a difference in the life of an animal. Adopt and bring home a shelter pet today. To find out more, visit theshelterpetproject.org.
Every day across America, excess food is gathered by a network of good people at local food banks, giving hope to millions of children who struggle with hunger. They've earned their wings, and you can too. Together, we can solve child hunger. Support Feeding America and your local food bank at feedingamerica.org.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
You're watching STN Channel 2 News.
If you have an idea for a story you would like us to investigate or an event we should cover, let us know. Send us an email to tips@stn2.tv, or you can submit a tip through text message at 860-631-STN2. Also, get all of your campus news updates by following us on Twitter at twitter.com/STN2.
The World Health Organization estimates that 3 to 4 million people in the Americas will be infected with the Zika virus in the next year. The Centers for Disease Control is working to prevent that spread. CNN Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. Sanjay Gupta went inside its Emergency Operations Center.
I can tell you the last time I was here at the CDC Emergency Operations Center was for Ebola, but this is the place where they're coordinating the U.S. response to Zika. We've got an exclusive look at what's happening inside. Let's take a look.
Welcome to day 12 of the IMS activation for Zika virus.
Every morning, this is the first place CDC Director Tom Frieden will look to get the latest on Zika virus.
The board here tells us what's going on at a glance. We see outbreaks around the world, where they're happening. We also look at the details of our response. This is the Zika virus.
That's it right there.
This is what it looks like under the electron microscope.
Should we be scared of Zika, or is the emotional part of this with regard to pregnant women and microcephaly sort of making this indiscriminately having more impact?
Over and over again, nature deals us wild cards. In the case of Zika, the real tragedy is a family that's had a child with microcephaly, and we know that that is devastating. And I think that's what's driving the concern.
I know we don't have complete information, but they may look to you. They may look to you for guidance on whether or not they should get pregnant, and we don't know what the likelihood is that they're going to have a child with microcephaly. But they want to have a baby.
We have teams on the ground now in both Puerto Rico and in Brazil. We're working with other countries as well to try to get that information as soon as possible. The fact is, we can't invent data. We have to collect it and analyze it. This guy, this is a nasty mosquito.
Is this the one?
This is the one. This is Aedes aegypti.
Is there anything good about these guys?
Mosquitoes?
I mean, would you get rid of them? I mean, they've caused so much, they cause more death than wars and natural disasters and everything put together.
You know, the mosquito kills more people than any other animal on Earth.
Do you have any thoughts about possibly using DDT?
The fact is that DDT was widely used 50 years ago and virtually eliminated this mosquito from the Americas. But DDT was also widely used in agriculture. It got into the environment and it had serious problems in the environment for many species. It also remains in the body for a long time. So we're looking at safer, more effective ways to kill mosquitoes. If you're in an area with Zika, there are a lot of things you can do. Wear mosquito repellent, use long sleeves, use clothing that has permethrin put into it. All of those things really work, and staying inside in a screened space, an air conditioned space, really can drastically reduce your risk of getting a mosquito bite.
But I think it's safe to say that this is the map that a lot of people in the United States are going to be paying attention to. Why? Because these areas of yellow are the only places where this particular mosquito Dr. Frieden was talking about are known to exist. And even better news potentially is that dengue fever, spread the same way by the same mosquito, only exists really in South Texas and South Florida. Dr. Frieden believes Zika is likely to behave the same way, which is good news for most of the country. As we get more information, we'll bring it to you. Back to you for now.
And we have an update that on Tuesday the 2nd, the CDC confirmed that the first known case of the virus being locally acquired in the continental United States in the current outbreak. It was sexually transmitted in Dallas, Texas, and a second case in Rockland County, although it's unknown how it was gotten. And in Connecticut on January 29th, the state's public health commissioner said that the state will be ready to test and diagnose cases of Zika soon.
A man with an unusual name is under arrest in Washington State after assaulting 2 officers. 34-year-old Pizao Duru Zapiri Bapapap appeared in court this week, facing a number of criminal charges. Police attempted to subdue the suspect numerous times before finally bringing him down in a wooded area. Zapiri Bapapap legally changed his name in 2011 from his original name, Jeffrey Wilschke. He's set to appear in court again on February 16th.
In Newington last Friday afternoon, an elderly couple had a man claiming he was from the water department knocking on their door. The elderly woman was told that her water was contaminated and he would need to check her water. As she was leading him to her kitchen sink, another man had entered the house and bumped into the woman's husband, claiming that the same water-contaminated case. The two men left after the arrival of a questioning relative. The couple believe that nothing had been taken from their home, but police are urging residents to be careful before letting anyone in.
Prior to this weekend's Super Bowl matchup, Animal Planet will be hosting their 12th annual Puppy Bowl show. This year's Puppy Bowl features 12 dogs from the Connecticut Humane Society. All of the puppies being featured from the Connecticut Humane Society, locations in Newington and Westport, are available for adoption. You can check out the program on Sunday at 3 p.m. on Animal Planet. I don't know about you, Jabari, but I think the Puppy Bowl is one of the most essential, entertaining sports events of the year. I think everyone's going to watch it this weekend. What do you think, Alex?
I don't know if everyone's going to watch it. There's another game going on called the Super Bowl. It's like the biggest NFL event of the year. Millions upon millions of people from all over the world watch it. I'm definitely going to watch it, so you guys should definitely go and watch it yourselves. But hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sports Desk and the best 5 minutes of your day. I'm Alex Young. Coming up, both the men's and women's basketball team were in action against UMass Lowell. We got the results. We also got all the news on your Hartford Hawks, so don't go anywhere because sports is next.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 88. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy. Oh, and she even talks to it. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Runner on first base. Now the big guy comes up to bat, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
And now, your Channel 2 Sports.
And welcome back. Now the men's basketball team, we're up against Conference Pro UMass Lowell at home. This season has not been going well so far for the Hawks, as they are currently at 7-17 and have lost 3 straight. Could they turn it around? Let's take a look at the highlights. And as you see here, the men are trying to get fired up before they play their Conference Pro with a little pre-game huddle there. But let's go to second half. This game got intense. And as you see, Justin Graham dribbling, fires the 3, misses, but Jack Hobbs there with the alpha 3 and 1. They're down 58-54. But here, Jalen Ross with the nice defense and 1. Game is tied 61-61. This game is going back and forth throughout. But ensuing UMass Lowell there, that's Mark Cornelius with the uncontested layup. They just regained the lead 63-61. But right there, that is Jihad Thomas for a wide open Logan Pomero for 3. Bang! They take the lead 66-65. But late second half, Jalen Ross again with the nice finish 74-72. But here, that was Jihad Thomas banging it, regaining the lead. But the breakfast man wide open for 3, 2 minutes left. Bang! They regain the lead 80-70. But in the closing seconds of the game, there's Pancake on the attack, draws the foul. He will try to tie the game up right here. So as you see, the first free throw is up. It's good. It is now 80-80. But as you see here, the second one's up and he misses. UMass Lowell has the ball in the closing seconds. And as you see, they're moving the ball around. They give it to Jihad Thomas right here. 5 seconds left. Goes to Taxa Bassett, finishes the tough layup. That would be the game winner as the Hawks missed the full court shot there. And as you see, his teammates love it for hitting that clutch shot as the Riverhawks take on the tough win 85-83. Now the breakfast man, Pancake Thomas, was on fire yet again, finishing with a game-high 37 points. His third game with 35 or more points in the last 11 contests. That's pretty impressive. Jalen Ross also had himself a solid game, ending with 12 points and 2 assists. For the Riverhawks, Jihad Thomas was a menace for the Hawks defense, ending with 21 points, including the game-winning shot. He also finished with 5 assists. Mark Cornelius was lights out from the field, finishing 6 of 10, anything with 16 points and 11 boards. And yes, that is a double-double. Next up for the men is a trip to Stony Brook to face the Seawolves on the road. And sticking with the men, everyone has been raving about Hartford's breakfast man, Pancake Thomas. Thomas is currently leading the team in points and now has 3 games with 35 or more points, matching only Hartford legend and NBA All-Star Vin Baker. So who is the man they call Pancake? STN Brianna Briggs went to find out more.
Pancake Thomas has been breaking school records this season with an average of 18 points per game after sitting last season out due to NCAA's transfer requirements. Fortunately, he says that it's helped drive his success this season.
You get to watch everybody play while you got to sit out, and it makes you more hungry and be ready to get back on the court. And also from a learner perspective, you get to see other people's mistakes and see how you can attack and how to get better.
Despite going to different high schools, Thomas's major inspiration has been his older brother, JJ.
And he's been a big inspiration to me because he's the reason I started playing. When I was younger, I seen him play, so I wanted to start playing.
Jalen Ross, another transfer player from last year, has also inspired him when he first arrived at Hartford.
When I first came in the first week on campus, like you could ask him, me and him was talking, I was like, bro, I'm leaving. Like I can't do it. I can't do Connecticut. And like he talked me out of it. So like me and him have a special bond.
In the heat of the battle, it's kind of difficult to just like stay calm and talk to each other. So like, I think in that aspect of like us being like brothers, you know, we can communicate in any, you know, way, and it doesn't really affect our relationship, so.
Thomas reflects on the importance and unity of the team as he recalls his favorite moment as a Hawk.
Mark Pelosi, he's like a walk-on on the team, and like he rarely plays. And last night when coach called his name to check in, if you could see the look on his face, like it was priceless. Like he had a look like he was running to heaven, like on his way to the scores table, like he was running to walk into heaven. It was great.
But at the end of the day, Pancake leaves it all on the hardwood each game.
I always want to go hard and leave it all on the court because you never know when it could be your last game.
Brianna Briggs, STN, Channel 2 Sports.
And thanks, Brianna. And she's also going to post an interesting story on our website, stn2.tv/sports. So make sure you guys go out and check it out. But moving on to ladies b-ball as they also face the Riverhawks, this time on the road. They've been playing average so far, going 2-2 in the last 4 contests. Could they get the W? Let's take a look at the board. And the Lady Hawks hang on to win the game in overtime, 75-70. Janelle Harrison was on fire for the Runaway, going 8 of 10 from the floor, ending with 22 points, and dominated on the defensive side with 5 steals. Kelly Douglas also played well, ending with 16 points and 2 dimes. For the Riverhawks, Lindsay Doucette ended with a game-high 28 points and 2 blocks. Nicole Hayner shot well on the hardwood, going 8 of 11 from the floor with 19 points and 7 boards. Next for the ladies is game against Stony Brook at home. And moving from the hardwood to the diamond as great news came in from a former Hawks player. Hartford Hawk great and current Atlanta Braves minor leaguer Sean Newcomb was recently named to MLB's top 100 prospect list for the upcoming 2016 season. Newcomb was ranked all the way up to 21. He was originally drafted by the Los Angeles Angels back in 2014, but was shipped over as a key part to the Braves as a key core piece in the blockbuster trade that gave the Angels Golden Glove winner Anderson Simmons. Newcomb pitched across 4 different levels for the Angels in his first 2 seasons in the minors before the trade. He will be joining first overall pick in the 2015 MLB draft, Dansby Swanson, who was also acquired by the Braves in the offseason. Both of them will be fighting for a roster spot at spring training. And moving on to the upcoming games, and as you see, there are no games on campus, so sit back, relax, enjoy the Puppy Bowl, the Super Bowl, and make sure you guys are safe out in the snow. You know, definitely just be on precaution, but just enjoy your weekend because there's no games.
That's great. So out of curiosity, who do you think should win the Super Bowl?
I mean, me, I'm a Giants fan. Eli Manning's been the quarterback for them. His brother Peyton plays for the Broncos in the Super Bowl. I want to see Peyton Manning, he's a legend of the game, get one more. But I got to go with my man Cam Newton. He's one of the best in the league, and I really think that the Panthers are going to come up. So I got to go with the Panthers, although I really want to see Manning. So I think it's going to be a good game. I'm excited to see the commercials and everything go on in the Super Bowl, but I think it's going to be a back-and-forth game, so it should be very interesting to watch.
Yeah, I'm very excited about the Super Bowl as well. I don't really have anyone to root for. I just like to hang out with people, have some good food, and enjoy watching the commercials.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think that's a lot of things. A lot of people, you know, what draws a lot of people and the millions of people in is definitely sit back, enjoy good food, and watch the commercials. I know a lot of people like that. So.
Yeah, definitely. So the Puppy Bowl, though. What do you think about that?
I mean, I haven't really watched the Puppy Bowl. I find it interesting. I find it funny. I think it's unique. It draws people in. It draws pet lovers in.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, I have 2 dogs. I maybe stop by watch for a few minutes, but You know, I think it's kind of weird to have it on Super Bowl Sunday, like around the time game starts. But, you know, people do enjoy it. I think people find it a lot fun to watch, so it'll be interesting to see who watches it.
All right. Well, thank you, Alex. And thank you for tuning in to STN Channel 2 News. We'll have another show for you next week. I'm Matthew Vega.
And I'm Jabari Walker.